Howdy, folks. It's DIECAST Buffet here again. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of interesting topics going around the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series. A lot of decisions, they have to be made. For better or worse, some of these decisions are easy and tough. And I am here tonight to announce that the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series is coming back for Season 3. Alrighty, folks. So, the good news is finally out. Duralast Cup Racing is going to be back August 2nd on DIECAST Buffet for Season 3. Yes, Season 3. Season 2 was crazy, and we're still not done with it. Of course, we got tomorrow night, the Duralast Cup Lone Star 500, the patriotic Texas Duralast Cup event. It's going to be a ton of fun tomorrow night. Make sure to tune in, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this video, we got a lot of information to talk about. Not only do we have new rule changes, we got a brand new schedule, which is going to be entirely, I wouldn't say entirely, but it's going to be pretty darn close to fully different. We got a whole new concept of a schedule coming up, and it's gonna make this series so much more interesting, and I think a lot of y'all are gonna like it. So let's go ahead and start it off. So every race in Season 3 is going to have just one half, and it's going to be a 14 race season. The same as Season 2. I really like the 14 race length. That gives me enough time to edit between each race. And it doesn't overwhelm me because I will admit my schedule is just full to the brim, so it really does make things easier for me. I feel like that enhances the quality of racing, it condenses things, but the action's still there. It's exciting. I really like it. It makes every pass more important instead of them just lagging out and the race dragging out to 30-something minutes. Get it condensed down, and we'll have some more rule changes in the scheduling, which really don't pertain to every race, but they do pertain to some, and they might enhance a few of them. So let's get to the schedule, folks. So, to start off the season, we're going to be racing August 2nd for the Duralast Cup 2020 Daytona 500. That's going to be exciting, man. I am ready to go. It has been the series that started DIECAST Buffet and this whole channel, so I felt it was very important to keep this series alive. As long as y'all tune in, man, the series is going to be there. The series is going to be there, of course, barring some crazy stuff by YouTube and they shut it down, The series is going to be there. I have a ton of fun doing it. Anyway, so to the Season 3 schedule. We're going to have dual racing. Yeah. Daytona, we're going to be setting the field for the Daytona 500 with 2 dual races that are going to happen the Thursday before the Daytona 500. Yeah, we're going to have dual racing, guys. So we're going to have 2 short little races. If we have, let's say, 40 cars, which is what we're shooting for. We want to have 40 cars, but there's another little rule change. Not every car is going to make the Daytona 500. We're going to have bump day racing. Some drivers are going to miss the 500. And that's why I wanted to add dual racing. So, with the Duralast Cup duels, you're going to have 2 races, depending on how many cars we have. So, let's just throw out a number. If we had 40 cars, that'll be our field limit. If we have 44 cars eligible for the race, of course, it has to be, Gen 6, 2000, and I'd prefer 2019 to 2020 model cars. I might make some exceptions to get a more robust field size. I've even considered using Chevrolet SS's from, 2017 and 2016 because they have some numbers that they don't make diecast for anymore. So that would make a little bit more of an enhanced product. I know I don't want to have fusions at the super speedways because those they really do good. I want to keep things equal, but I am evaluating all options at this point. So you get the dual races on a Thursday, and then that's Sunday. So pretty much the last few days of July, you're going to have, you're going to have your dual race, and then that Sunday, August 2nd, you're going to have the Duralast Cup Daytona 500. Now, this is where things get pretty interesting, folks. So we're going to have 2 races at Texas Motor Speedway. Yes, 2 races. So you're going to have the Lone Star 500, which is going to be returning to its New Year's Eve date. We're going to be racing into the night, kicking off the new year. That's going to stay in its spot. We'll get to that later. But Texas is going to have a day race, and that's going to be race 2 of season 3. And that's going to be kicking off late August. And then race number 3, it's going to be Bristol. We're going to have 4 short tracks. Yeah, 4 races at short tracks. That's going to be fun. 4 races at short tracks. It's going to be on about early September. That's what we're shooting for, you know. The first about 6 races of the season, everything's going to be kind of congested because of the time constraints. So that's what our goal. We want to get as much racing action out as possible. Las Vegas is going to be late September. So Vegas is going to be race 4 of the season. Notice Atlanta is not race 2. More on that later. So Vegas is going to be late September. It'll be, you know, their normal day race. That's not changing. And to stay on the West Coast, California will be race 5 of season 3. They'll be early October. So you'll have late September Vegas, early October California. And then it's probably one of my personal favorite events, if not my most favorite, the Richmond Throwback. I mean, I love this event, man. I'll tell you what, it was so much fun to film that event with the retro music and having the old race cars there, the pre-race stuff. I loved it. We're going to be doing the throwback pretty much the same weekend as last year. It's going to be October 24th, so it's going to be a Saturday night event. Hopefully I'll be on vacation so I can, you know, tune in because I have to work most Saturdays, so hopefully we'll get all that straightened out. That's going to be race 6 of season 3. That'll be around October 24th. That's where we want to have that. And then, of course, this is a big change. This is a big change, folks. Get this. Race 7. It's not going to be Chicagoland. Chicagoland, you already know if you followed me on Instagram at DIECAST Buffet, you already know that Chicagoland is not returning for season 3. That's been well established. Daytona is getting 2 races. So Daytona will have a night race at race 7 of the NDCS season 3. It's going to be about mid-November, so you're going to have the throwback. Then you're going to have race 7 at Daytona. And this is a big change right here. This is a big change. Duralast Cup Racing will be going to Charlotte Motor Speedway, but not for a normal 400-mile event. No, not a patriotic event. A all-star race. Race 8 of NDCS Season 3 is going to be an all-star event, and that's going to be taking place about early December. That is, again, all these times are just suggested time dates. Things can change. This is what I kind of like to guideline my videos with. I kind of have a preset date for each one, and I twist it and get it along those lines during, you know, when the season develops. So, this is going to be race 8 of this season. It's going to be the All-Star, and this is kind of pertaining to those rule changes I was mentioning. So even though we're going to have 14 races in Season 3, this race will not count for points. So technically, we're only going to have 130 points eligible for the Duralast Cup Champion because this race will not have points. It's an All-Star race. How it's going to work, every driver that has won a Duralast Cup race will automatically be entered from Season 1 to Season 2. There's not enough winners currently to make up a full field based on individual winners. So if you won a race, you're automatically entered. And to fill in the rest of the field, probably be about 20 cars roughly, will go based on current standings after race 7, the Daytona race. I don't plan on doing the Open though, because I feel like that'd be a little too much, because here's why. Race number 9 of the season is going to be the Lone Star 500. That's going to take place New Year's Eve. So if this one's early December, I got Christmas and all that stuff I got to worry about. I don't want to put too much on the plate. Lone Star 500 will be New Year's Eve. That's going to be the patriotic race. That's where we wanted it in Season 2. Of course, you know, the whole crazy YouTube stuff. That pushed that back literally to tomorrow. And then race number 10 of the season is going to be Richmond. Yeah, Richmond. We're going back to Richmond twice. So this is going to be in January. The season at this point is going to be kind of spread out. I like the idea of the season ending closer to summertime compared to, late winter. So we're going to have the Richmond night race. This is not going to be a throwback. This is just a normal race. That's going to be in January. Only going to be one race in January. Then Talladega. That's going to return in February. So Talladega, which originally was supposed to be around Christmas for Season 2, this race, well, it's going to be in February. So that's going to be moving back. It's going to be a little bit more epic with the whole championship focus. It's going to be quite interesting. So race number 11 is going to be at Talladega. That'll be around February. Race 12, the Bristol night race. Yeah, that's going to be in March. That's currently the next race after the Lone Star 500. But you get the Bristol night race. That's going to be around March. Currently, it's only the one race in March. So that'll be the focus for that month. And then April, race 13 and race 14. Of course, I mentioned earlier that Atlanta is moving from race 2. It's going to be actually race 13 in Season 3. It's going to be just your normal day race. It's going to be early April, so we'll have plenty of time for the Duralast Cup season finale, and that's going to be Homestead Miami Speedway. It's going to be late April, but it does give me enough leeway in case I have to move one race back or move it sooner, whichever. It does give me some leeway with only having, one race in January, one race in February, and one race in March. So it does give me some leeway to scheduling, which is always a good thing to have. But 14 race season, guys. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section below. It's going to be crazy, man. Dual racing, an all-star event. I mean, holy cow. We're going to have 4 short track events. We're going to have 3 super speedway restrictor plate races, which of course that's going to have the nose to tail rule. You push one car around the track, and then no matter where it lands, it's going to be either behind or in front of the car previously ran. So that's going to create some condensed points complications. Of course, Texas gets 2 races. Bristol, Richmond, those are our short tracks. They split 2 apiece. Daytona gets a night race. That's going to be a 400-mile night race at Daytona. That's going to be exciting. Of course, you got the All-Star. I mean, you got the freaking All-Star. That's going to be so cool. That's going to be the Charlotte race. I like it, man. So we're going to have 13 points paying events. Then you have, your All-Star events. Not included to the 14 race schedule is the dual races. I'm kind of, not including those because they'll be easy and quick to film. So yeah, we have dual races for the 500. I'm hoping that we'll have bump day, positions. So basically, if we have, let's say, 40 cars entered for the race, you have 3 or 4 post that number 40. You might see some cars miss the show, and I plan on making it could be anyone. So you can see drivers like Hamlin, you can see drivers like Boyer, I want to make it exciting so anyone could miss it. I don't know exactly how many cars will be the set field number for the Daytona 500. I got to see how that plans out. Of course, it kind of depends how many cars we have when it comes to August. So we'll see about that. But yeah, folks, that is your NASCAR Duralast Cup Series Season 3 schedule reveal. I know a lot of people have been, thinking, oh, you're going to do Season 3, you're going to do Season 3, or you're not going to do Season 3. How's that going to work? I want to do it. I want to do Season 3. It's because, tune in, man. It's amazing, the most successful video ever done was 3.5 thousand views. It's crazy. That's the Season 2 Daytona 500. So, as long as y'all keep tuning in, I'm going to keep making these videos. It's incredible, man. So, Season 3, tune in late summer. I'm excited. I've seen the quality of the editing and everything transition from, the race 3 of Season 1 to what is it, race 10 in Season 2. So it's incredible. I'm just hoping that we can continue to improve and provide a better racing product. But I didn't mention, the Michigan and Pocono are removed from the schedule alongside Chicagoland. Some people might not like that. I think it's better for the series overall because those races are really hard to film because the tracks are so freaking big. It's hard to film those events, and I feel like just adding a little bit more variety to the content would be better. You know, instead of having just 2 restrictor plate races, I really like the idea of having 3, plus having that extra short track is really good because the second Texas race took Chicago's spot. Michigan was replaced by the second Daytona race, and then Pocono was replaced by an extra Richmond race. So if you think about it, it went to good places. But, you know, I don't want to keep the schedule too stagnant. I want to have pieces that can rotate, but I want to keep our core fundamental races, which, of course, is the Daytona 500, Richmond Throwback, and the Lone Star 500. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching the video. Hope you tune in tomorrow night for the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series Lone Star 500. Going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Texas Motor Speedway, race 11 of season 2. Anyone can win it. It's unscripted diecast racing tomorrow night. Make sure to tune in. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at DIECAST Buffet. Hope you're having a great one. Once again, tomorrow night, Texas Duralast Cup Racing. Make sure to tune in. Hope you're having a great one. DIECAST Buffet. Signing off.